So we're going to concentrate first on this section up top. If we have a look at the score, and there's that section again, this highly rhythmic timpani part. If we look in the winds, none of the winds have anything rhythmic. It's all pretty legato, smooth playing. But if we look down the percussion section, the percussion, the tom-toms and the bass drum, and the timpanist are all serving the same kind of role, trading off rhythms between one another. Same thing on the second page. There's more of the rhythmic activity, and that's being traded off between the tom-toms and bass drum. Now on the third page, I said this serves a wind role. I want to concentrate on that. And if you look from the original excerpt, it's that section right there. Dee, da, da. But the way it's written, there's rests there. So that probably indicates dee, da, da, dee, da, da, da. So dampening on beat 4 in both of those measures. But if we look upon further review in the score, horns are playing exactly the same thing. So why shouldn't the timpanist do that as well? With regard to mallet choice, this is a perfect example of the fact that soft dynamic does not indicate soft mallet. Because for all of this, if you were to use a soft mallet, clearly it would just be a big rhythmic mess. And since the tom-toms are playing this, there's going to be some articulation there. So what we're going to do, in the annotated version, all I've done for the rhythmic part is just added some stickings because there's nothing articulation-wise particularly that's relevant. But however, in that horn thing, I've added to let it ring the full value. So because this is being played with the toms aren't going to ring a whole lot. So we want the timpanist to sound sort of like the tom and the bass drum part. So by using articulate mallets and by using a little dampening, I think that does the trick in serving what Persichetti originally intended for this, for the timpanist to be a sort of percussion role here. And the next one, brand new piece. This is Wolfrounds by Christopher Rouse. Very similar, sort of similar situation. Before the timpani and percussion parts were sort of keeping things moving while the winds had these lines above. Here's the original. Let's just have a listen. This particular passage of Wolfrounds is really kind of a mess rhythmically. There's so much going on. And we're going to concentrate. The figure on the whole page is really just that a little more than 5.5 beats, and it just repeats a whole lot of times. Let's have a look at the score. There's that rhythmic section. If we look in all the places in the score above it, even in the percussion, nothing like that is happening. It's just driving the train, serving as rhythmic activity, keeping things going. The trumpets had it before, so actually the trumpets were serving a percussion role before. We don't have that excerpt, but then the timpanist picks up on that and continues. Again here, if we look, the dynamic is marked. The dynamic is marked piano. So a perfect example, if we were to use soft mallets with all this rhythmic activity, it would just be a big mess. No clarity, no definition. So here, we use some wooden mallets and dampen these up. And at the part where the trumpets had this similar thing previous, they were muted, so it was a really sharp, crisp sound. So it's really a bear with such fast rhythms, and that could definitely be a mess. And it's so hard to play, at such a soft dynamic. All right. So as far as taking all these concepts, certainly the excerpts I've shown you already do cross over as far as having the same sort of concepts. I'm just using them as specific examples.